Hey YouTube, so I went to Rausch Creek with Off-Road Consulting on a blue guided ride, and this is the Into trail, and please like and subscribe, thanks, that really helps out. So anyway, this is the Into trail. This is in the northeastern property of Rausch Creek. It is actually probably one of the northernmost trails in Rausch, so we're on the outer edge of the park near Route 209. So it's kind of a little bit confusing. So when I look at the map this has this trail marked as a blue, but when I clearly look at the signs, and you can see the signs in the video, the signs actually have this section of the trail marked as N1, which is a green with a green logo. So it's my kind of like sneaking suspicion that this is actually a green that we're on, even though on the map it's marked as a blue. I'm not really too sure. There's those little tiny obstacles that you can see on the ground that we're driving over. I hardly think that those little tiny rocks would make it so this section of the trail should be graded as a blue. But I mean, maybe it's because, you know, the end of the trail that you have to take has a little bit bigger obstacles. Maybe that's why they graded it as a blue. So there are some obstacles there, and obviously these obstacles are nowhere near what I would consider the appropriate size to be a blue. This really, to me, it just looks like maybe it's mismarked on the map, but maybe it's correctly marked on the signs. So anyway, we are going through the park right now with this guided ride, and I sped up the video just a little bit just so it wouldn't be quite so long. So we are, you know, moving a little slower than what you actually see here. So the one comment that I made on the last video that you can still see even in this video is the trail is very, very wide. If I had like a one-ton pickup truck, I would probably have no problems out here navigating through these trails. I'm not saying that there's a narrow spot that we'll encounter. I'm sure we'll find one. It's just not on these trails. So this park is much more accommodating to large vehicles. So up here we are about to make a turn onto what I think is really like the blue part of N2, and I think that maybe the signs have this marked as a green because there's still F1 up here if you continue. So if you look at the sign on the left, it clearly says N1. But if you looked on the map, you'd clearly see that is actually N2 blue that we're on. So I just think maybe the map is wrong. There are some little obstacles here we're going over. You can see that we are going over something. But I mean, the vehicle in front of me, you can see, I mean, there's nothing really even anywhere near its pumpkin at all, like at any point. So I don't think that this trail, at least this section of it, is appropriately marked. So up here we make a left turn, and the left turn is to stay on N2, and going straight would put you onto F1, Frank 1, back around to where we were, because we already started the trail on F1. So I think that maybe the blue part actually starts here when you make this turn. And so when you make this turn, it's just a little bit off camber. And what that word means is it means that you feel like you're kind of, a little bit to the left. Not a lot, not enough to be worried, but it's just a little bit off camber. And then you can see here the obstacles are a little bit bigger. So, I mean, some of these obstacles might challenge, like, say, a stock vehicle if you hit the wrong ones. But the thing is, I mean, like, that obstacle there, like, that's a pretty big obstacle that I just went around before, like blue. But there was only one rock. Like, it wasn't like you had to go over it. You could just go right around it. And there's some rocks on the left. Those look kind of interesting, but, I went around them. You can just kind of go around, like, the obstacles. And even though this trail, the area that we're in now, is blue, you can still see it's very, very wide. I mean, there's no concern about trees, hitting the side of the vehicle. And then there's a water pond. So this is the blue part of N2 that we are going through, and we are about to get to X2, and X2 will be the part of the next video that we hit. and it will get more exciting. I know that so far this hasn't been too terribly exciting, but you are getting to see parts of Rausch Creek. This is the northern part of Rausch Creek, and this is the blue that we are on. There were some kind of light blue looking obstacles. This right here obviously looks like a gravel road that we're on now, but there were some light blue looking obstacles on the trail. But it is considerably different than the blues that I have from the other park, on my same exact channel, and there's no fancy photoshopping of these images. So here we are. We're going to stop here and line up, so then we can move on to the next trail. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.